More changes here as these managers are diving into their bench and bullpen. Jake McGee is next man up for the Rays out of the pen, and he will face Johnny Gomes to start the inning.
Well, McGee, power guy. Basically, here it is. Try and hit it 97 and above. Some think maybe closer material, especially if he can get a second pitch to just do anything but go straight. Hitters have had a hard time picking up the ball out of his hand.
It'll be Johnny Gomes pinch hitting to start it, and then he'll be followed by Drew and then Middlebrooks. Gomes pinch hitting for Saltalamacchia. Going to put Ross in the game behind the plate defensively for Boston. The former Ray, Johnny Gomes, takes strike one.
Well, thanks to the good work of Alex Torres, John, you were talking about that bridge guy and touched on it again last inning, but they've got it now with the lead set up where they've got their setup men in order for the 7th, 8th, getting to Rodney in the 9th.
Yeah, they do. Johnny Peralta, of course, warming up just in case. 1-0 game, every pitch, every moment. Certainly the Red Sox trying to tie it up to try and change the strategy that the Rays have put forth to try and close this game out.
Just terrific work by Tampa Bay's bullpen tonight after Hellickson was removed in the 2nd after not getting an out. Jamie Wright, Matt Moore went 2 innings, Torres 2 innings, and now McGee. And almost exclusively fastballs for McGee. He threw only fastballs last night. As Gomes lifts it high in the air. And Myers will give way to Jennings, and there is out number 1. Third youngest player in the major leagues. Farrell rarely pinch hits for Drew. Has not done it in this series in a spot like this, but Bogart's a speed player will stay into play short.
How many experience he's had coming off the bench. Big prospect for the Red Sox. Welcome to 98.
Out of Aruba.
Bogarts just turned 21 last week, a week ago today, as a matter of fact, and a swing and a miss. And a guy who has only played in 17 games in the major leagues, just 50 career plate appearances in the big leagues, batting for the first time in the postseason. McGee's got him down, a ball and 2 strikes.
There's that off-speed pitch you were looking for. He dropped it down to 96.
He did.
Two and two. Xander Bogaerts. Didn't chase. It's not a big sample size, but Bogaerts did have a lot of success against left-handers in his brief time in the big leagues with the Red Sox before this postseason. 7 for 15 against left-handed pitching. Start of the year in Pawtucket, AAA.
Sorry, Brian. He did walk 2 last night, 1 intentional.
And he walks Bogaerts. And a fast player is aboard for Boston. McGee lets a young hitter get away. A big swing by Middlebrooks.
Hey, these left-handers have done a good job for the Rays on the Boston lineup. 5 innings so far of 2-hit shutout ball, and when there are runners on base, they help put a crimp in the running game. Make it a little tougher for these fast runners to get a good jump.
Bogaerts did steal 3 bases in his 13 games in the big leagues. AA to AAA to the major leagues and now into the postseason. Bogaerts. He represents the tying run. All at a strike.
Just a little off the plate, and he wanted that one.
Middlebrooks has 3 hits in this series. 3 for 11.
Did a nice job of hitting his last time up with that opposite field base hit when he was behind in the count 0-2 against Torres.
I feel like with each at bat with Middlebrooks, his approach is getting better. He's tracking pitches. It's resulting in some of his swings, and to your point, that base hit to right field, staying on the pitch instead of pulling off the pitch. He had an aggressive first swing in this against McGee. But you can't try to do too much against a guy who's bringing it up there well past 96 miles an hour.
Gotta shorten everything up.
One and one. McGee deals, and Middlebrooks had a great cut. Fouls it back. Middlebrooks has plenty of pop at his bat. 15 home runs last year. Didn't make his major league debut until May. Had a huge first month where he drove in 20 runs, but ultimately a broken wrist in August into this season. He's been coming back from that wrist injury. Started in the major leagues this season, struggled, went back to the minors. Inside, 96 with the fastball, and it's 2-2 on Middlebrooks.
If you don't have a secondary pitch, which he rarely throws, you have to do things like that with your fastball. Go in, out, up, down. You can't just keep pumping it down the middle and challenging these hitters. The deeper the counts, the more they get a chance to see that pitch, and their eyes start timing it.
Tying run at first. 2-2, and Middlebrooks fouls it back again.
And he's taking nice, easy swings. He's not trying to swing as hard as McGee is throwing. He's taking a good cut, but still just a little tardy.
Rays are set up to turn a double play. And Middlebrooks, another big cut. Not exactly a 2-strike approach, but why bother when you have McGee just pouring in the fastballs?
Well, that one was right in on his hands, too. He did a good job of just fighting that off.
I tell you how good a guy's fastball is when you have no fear something else or wrinkle or any kind of movement is going to come at you. You're just trying to time that velocity because he has such a fluid motion. He doesn't force the velocity. It just comes out of his hand with late life. That's the difference between guys who look like they're throwing hard, meaning their motion requires it. This guy's nice and easy, letting it eat.
Another 2-2 coming. Bogaerts at first. And that one just missed. Full count, and now we'll see if Farrell puts Bogaerts in motion here.
Really close, but not in the box.
Saved the line. Pretty good take by Middlebrooks. And if Bogaerts is going, he's got to make sure he doesn't leave too soon and get picked off.
Payoff pitch, he stays put, and a swing and a miss. Jake McGee back to the heat and strikes out Middlebrooks for the second out. Inning started with a Gomes fly ball out. Bogarts pinch hit and walked. And now the strikeout to Middlebrooks. Top of the order. Ellsbury takes ball one. Bogarts in the minor leagues still 7 bases this season. Just had the one in the big leagues. And he is at this point not in a posture to try to steal a base. Has a short lead. Ellsbury fouls it away.
If Ellsbury gets behind in the count 1-2 now, I would definitely send Bogarts, because if he does get thrown out, you still have Ellsbury coming back up next inning, as you said, John, with a fresh count.
Well, last night Jake McGee threw 24 consecutive fastballs, and he has thrown 20 consecutive fastballs here tonight, facing his 4th batter. Ellsbury into center field. That's going to fall. A base hit. Bogarts on his way to third. Throw comes into second. So Ellsbury comes through with a big hit. First and third with 2 gone. And now the Red Sox with the tying run 90 feet away. And the go-ahead run and the speedy Ellsbury at first. Well, you got Wright, the left-hander, situational lefty, and then Rodney's the closer. Peralta the setup man, and he is in this game of the 7th, trying to get the final out of the 7th, and I'm sure Madden's going to try to squeeze 4 outs out of him if possible.
Faced Victorino last night, got him to pop up at a 1-2-3 7th.
Rays scored in the bottom of the 6th. Now the Red Sox threatened. 2 outs. Victorino at the plate. And there goes Ellsbury. And that's in the dirt. Lobaton skips away. Coming to the plate. Bogarts, and he will score. And Ellsbury all the way to third. Tie game on a wild pitch. 2 outs. Credit Ellsbury with a stolen base. Run scores on a wild pitch. And Victorino, that's a strike. So Bogarts, what a job. He gets a pinch hit appearance. He walks the young hitter in his first career postseason at bat. Comes all the way around to score the run that ties it. Yesterday in the first inning, Ellsbury scored on a wild pitch. And you know he'll be ready to run with a pitch in the dirt. Victorino, broken bat, long run for Escobar. He's got to hurry to throw to first. Not in time. And the Red Sox have taken the lead. Infield hit RBI. 2-1 Boston.
Bad thumb, bad forearm, got hit with the pitch his last time up. Appeared to be in a lot of pain, and Shane Victorino hit about the most important 75-foot single he's ever hit.
Well, how big is that wild pitch? Ellsbury on the move, ends up at third base, scores on an infield hit. And I would imagine he is going to be on the move shortly. Here's Dustin Pedroia, 2 in for Boston.
I said a couple innings ago, it's been relentless that these Red Sox have run the way they do and create pressure. And this is another example of speed. Not a hard hit ball, but with a shortstop playing as deep as he is, impossible to come in and throw him out.
Boston with back-to-back hits, Ellsbury and Victorino, and those two have been in the middle of everything for the Red Sox in the first 4 games of this series.
What a weapon Ellsbury is.
Boston answering the Rays run scoring 6, 2 here in the 7th. soft line drive that's going to fall, and Pedroia with a base hit. And the line keeps moving. And now the big bat of Big Papi coming up with 2 on and 2 out. Peralta with a deep breath. 2-1 Boston. Great speed on the bags. Victorino and Pedroia, and a big swing by Ortiz.
He's only 2 for 14 against Peralta, but we've seen Ortiz go the other way to get an RBI already in this series. Now that they have the lead 2-1, you're not going to see him trying to take 2 and go to left. He's going to be trying to launch one.
And I don't think you're going to see Victorino steal third, which would be easy to do because they want Ortiz to hit. Moving both guys up would result in a walk, in my opinion.
Ortiz 0-2 now. You're looking ahead to the Rays' 7th inning. Longoria, Zobrist, and Jennings.
Bit of a funny swing on that one. They have the shift on for him, but it's not like before, because with runners on, Escobar has to bird dog second base and hold Victorino close. And in case there's a ground ball, they need a force play there. So Zobrist is still deep and right, but he's all by himself in terms of the shift.
Tying run scored on a wild pitch. Bogarts. And the RBI by Victorino to put him ahead. 0-2 to David Ortiz. And a swing and a miss. So Peralta gets out of the inning, but damage done. Boston trying to play their way to the league championship series. 2 runs in the 7th, and they have the lead.